Yep. Well, I am finally at a point where I can start block sanding. I'm going to start on my doors because they're in really good condition and we're straight to begin with. That, and I've done a little bit of work to these things, and I'm pretty certain that they're going to be in reasonably easy working order. So running my hand across, I can't feel any dimples, any issues, moans, groans, complaints. Probably good enough. Actually, I see one right there. Probably, and I can't even feel it. I can anyway, good enough probably for a paint job, minus a nib right there. But when it comes down to it, I'm going to be using this stuff. This is basically paint without any solvents in it. It's what do you call it? Forget the name of this stuff. Use all the time. Guide coat. There we go. It's actually not what I wanted to do, but put the stuff on there and cover it up like this, all over the thing. And I'm going to stop this. Oh, maybe I don't need to stop this. Okay. Hold on. There we go. I keep forgetting I've got a dang camera stand. So, let's see if I'm in the, there we go. So you take this stuff, pour a little bit on there, and dab it on like you do in your face if you're a guy. They have an issue right there, actually. And I'll just read you here. For best results, pull tab, peel off, place the applicator on top of the cup, invert, then apply. When wet sanding, and yes, people still wet sand, i.e. me, use plain water and do not add soap or any kind of a lubricant. So, wet sanding, thank you very much, is alive and well. Temperature outside right now is in the low 30s. It's about 50, maybe 45 here. Got my little space heater going and my door between my house and my garage open to kind of equalize temperature. There. Now, I don't have to put on too much. I tend to put on too much. So the next thing you want to do is sand it. This is not a nice hard surface. It's got bumps and ridges in it, forms and deforms and moves around. Therefore, you want something that is hard and immovable. And I just set it up. Where's the name gun? Figures I can't find it. Durablock. I've got a whole collection of these things, and I'll start by going in diagonal direction a few times, and then other direction this way. And what I'm doing, and I'll do a couple of rounds here. You can already see where there are some low spots that are coming out. Here's one. Here's another couple of them. And all these little tiny dimples. You can maybe possibly overcome with a lot, and I mean a lot of clear coat, and then more sanding. That's not the best way to do it, and that's certainly not the most effective. I'll go the other direction, and I'll show you how this will come down even more. And I'll do one more pass. So, This is why I wet sand. All that crap that gets on there, you can dry it off if you want to, get rid of it on your pant leg or whatever. So let's get a gander at what I just did. I'm going to clear this off with my broom. Okay, there it is. Lightly brushed off. And you can see how well, or how nicely done I've done my final surface there. Again, I felt it by hand, felt nice and smooth and no issues at all, but you can now see where I do have some issues where I'm either going to have to sand out or make better. Pause this again, and out. So, here, uneven spot, uneven area. In fact, I'm not sure I even was able to sand that. Yeah, we'll get to it. More sort of possibly unevenness. This will come out as I begin to sand it down more. I can feel that too. So, not a lot of work to do actually, and there's that spot that I showed you before. And here. And I'll sand those out, reapply the powder. If I need to, I'll keep on sanding all the way down through the clear coat, through the primer coat, and come down to a spot where everything is nice and even with itself, and then reapply primer as I need to. I've got a number of coats of epoxy and primer sealer and all kinds of other stuff, so if I go down too far, it's not a big deal to me. I'll just redo the primer coat on this and then keep on going. So this is what I'll be doing. If I don't finish this tonight, I'll be surprised. Sanding doesn't take very long. And again, let me show you what I'm doing with this. Here we go. Let's see. Look at number 4. When wet sanding. There you go. And yes, wet sanding is still used. Get a lot of crap about that. So, that's it. There's a helper. Okay, so I've got probably a little bit more work still left on this, but I wanted to show again. There's a low spot. There's a low spot. There's a pretty good low spot. Another low spot. And I've not done a whole lot up here yet, but not too bad over here. A little bit of a low spot there. And again, you can see the color difference. Yes. Yes, thank you. Color difference. If it's discolored, obviously it's a low spot because everything should be this uniform gray. That's the primer. More there. That's why I like wet sanding. It's a little bit of a mess, but I don't track dust inside the house. So yeah, there you go. I'll keep on going until I'm done with this door. Okay, low spots on this are done. I'm going to move on to my next door. I want to point out that, and that. Well, maybe that's bare metal. Yeah, that's bare metal. That is a high spot that got sanded down to a low, to a normal spot. This is not unusual when you're starting to block sand any kind of a paint job. So I'm more or less done with this. Normally, I don't know if I can, let me see if I can get in there maybe a bit better. Alright, look at the reflection and you can see my sanding marks, especially in here and there. There we go. So you start out with a heavier grit sandpaper and then you keep on moving to a smoother and smoother until it's nice and smooth, because this will not get hidden by a paint job. Paint won't fill this in and overflow and go out nice and smooth, so I've got to take care of that. I'm not worried about that at this very second because I am going to put another coat of high build primer on this, and that's what I'll get down to nice and smooth with successively finer bits of sandpaper. And you can see it all across, maybe, yeah, even better. Yeah, you can see it throughout the substrate. I've done no effort on making this glass smooth. I'm working on what is it, 180 grit on that, and then I'll go to probably 220, and then 440 or 360. I've got a bunch of these things, so this I enjoy the hell out of. This is fun stuff for me, but it can be I've got a little bit of work in there to do too. It can take a while, but you know, shit happens. So, like I say, I'm just getting back into this. I've been away for too long, so I'm making some good progress. And there we go. All right, I did the other door as well, and I had no issues at all. I freaking sanded down and used 320 and then 600 all the way down to what you're looking at here, nice and good to go. No issues, zero issues, perfect. I'm very proud of myself. This one, you can see where there's issues. So I'm still very proud of myself because I'm not, you know, I'm not imperfect, but gosh, I'm pretty awesome, sort of. And some things to overcome. All these, you know, miss marks, bad marks there, denote areas that are low spots. So some high build primer for a second coat, and I'm going to be golden. What's next? Shit. I don't know. Front fenders, I guess. Yeah. Front fenders, then rear fenders, and then body. The body will take a while, I think. Yeah. Yeah, well, anyway, so a couple hours of work, and I've got, you know, my doors done. So I have not done the interior portions of the doors, but that'll be a quick sand, so there's no nibs and high areas, and that'll be quick. So I'm not awfully too worried about that. Yep.